Please be seated. Good afternoon and welcome to the windiest, hottest day of the summer so far. But at least we made it here. On behalf of the USD Board of Education, Administration, and staff, I'd like to welcome everyone to the 2020 commencement exercises of Osage City High School. This is a day that we finally get the opportunity to honor our senior class of 2020 and celebrate with them all the accomplishments during the K-12 adventure. I'd like to thank the staff, Mr. Hutton, the Board of Education members for celebrating with us the many academic and extracurricular accomplishments that these students achieved during the past 4 years of high school. I'd also like to thank the custodial staff, especially Alan. He's gone above and beyond to get this set up today. I really appreciate all he's done. Also, I'd like to thank Andy setting everything up and being able to live stream this for people to be able to watch at home. Thank you, Andy. Also, I'd like to thank Jennifer Hokinson. She organized everything. She's really the brains behind all this, so I appreciate everything she's done. A special thank you to every teacher from preschool to their senior year that has touched at least one of these students' lives. Your dedication, commitment, and talents have formed these students into being some of the finest students ever to leave Osage City High School. My last thank you is to the parents, guardians of this class. With your continued support and all your endless efforts, the sacrifices that you've made for these students, they are now able to stand and before us today as young adults. Thank you. This class has certainly left a mark on me, our school, our community. This class has learned how to make the best of things during this pandemic. I would say that this group of young adults will be some of the most durable, reliable, and flexible people that you'd ever want to be around. Of course, the hard work is not over. These graduates have many hurdles yet to jump, and with the support of each one of us, they'll make it. And now it is my privilege to introduce our first honor student, Kenna Butterfield. Kenna has completed the rigorous Kansas Board of Regents Scholars Curriculum with a perfect 4.0 GPA, earning her the distinction of graduating summa cum laude. Kenna has been involved in Art Club 1 year, Spanish Club 2 years, FCA 4 years, Key Club 4 years, O Club 1 year, Student Council all 4 years, National Honor Society 2 years, and served as secretary her senior year. Cheerleader 1 year, served as class president her freshman year, secretary her junior and senior year. Kenna also played basketball 1 year, volleyball 4 years, and track, I would say 4 years, but we didn't get the 4th year in, but I knew she'd be there. She is also a KU honor student. Kenna also had a life outside of school and was able to balance all of this and yet maintain her 4.0 GPA. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenna Butterfield.
Good evening, parents, relatives, teachers, friends, and the reason we are all here today, the class of 2020. It is an honor to speak to you today. It might be 2 months late, but it is better than nothing. First, I'd like to thank all of you in attendance tonight. You have all had some sort of impact on the students graduating today. Also, thank you to Google, Quizlet, Slater, and unfortunately this year's Zoom. Looking out at my fellow graduates, something distinct comes to mind with every face I come across. Each face I see brings to mind a name, each face brings to mind a story. There are many schools where I would be giving this speech to classmates whose faces I wouldn't even recognize, let alone be able to attach a name. I cherish the fact that I am familiar with every person in my graduating class, even if I am not necessarily close with all of them. That is the product of living in a small town and going to a small school. Many people say that today is the day we start our journey, but I disagree. The journey began a long time ago. Today just happens to be the day where the path we have been traveling on splits into 45 unique roads. Up until now, we have been a team walking as one. We have done it all, and we've done it together. Now I'm going to take us on a trip down memory lane. Many of us have been here since we started kindergarten 13 years ago. I want to take us all back to that day in August of 2007. The first day of school and the start of our journey. Parents and grandparents walked us into school where roughly thousands of pictures were taken. For 6 years after this first day, we were blessed with recesses, field day, field trips, Grandparents' Day, Christmas and Valentine's Day parties. Well, there's that. And we definitely can't forget about the time we were in Matt Miller's KSNT commercial that still airs to this day. Through it all, elementary school was the first step. Then came middle school. We had to learn to open a locker for the first time, had our first chance with school sports, went to our first school dance, and gained a little more freedom than we had before. I think we can all agree that these were the most awkward 3 years of our lives. With that being said, I'm going to jump over this bump in the road. There are 9 years behind us now on our journey, and we have reached another milestone, high school. When we walked through those doors on the first day, none of us believed that graduation was a day that would ever come. The class of 2020 made history down those hallways, in the classrooms, on the court, on the field, and on the stage. We see it each day. You see the work of artists in the commons. You see the achievements in sports on the record boards and the local paper. You hear the band practicing every day. You see the many hours of dedication and hard work of students in the classrooms. Everyone should be proud of what they have achieved. These years have been nothing but a success. Even if we didn't ever win the homecoming float or even the lip sync battle, but the point is that we all had so much fun that week working on them as a class. We made it through Jacobsburg tests and all of Crawford's on this day in history. Thanks to Watkins and Bellinger, we will always know the quadratic formula and Pythagorean theorem if there ever comes a day where we actually need it. And the smiles of Tice, Crane, and Gallagher will be greatly missed down those hallways. Every teacher, coach, and staff member taught us all many things, not just about school, but about life too. We thank them all for that. So now the road we have been walking on brings us to today, July 18th, 2020. I honestly didn't think we were going to graduate this year with the pandemic, but now here we are. We made it. As we prepare to leave Osage City High School, it feels like leaving a close friend. In a literal sense, it is. This is where it all happened for the first time. The heartache, the happiness, all of it. Many of us will move far away and not come back for a long time. Some may never. This is our last day together as Osage City High School's class of 2020. Tomorrow morning, we will all belong to another class, another job, or another city. No matter where we go or what we do, we will always have this group here. We will always have the support of all these people around us. I could not have chosen a better class to be a part of. I have faith in each and every one of you that no matter which road you choose to travel, you will make it your own and you will succeed. I wish you luck and much, much more. Here's to the class of 2020. Thank you.
It's hard enough to stay all together without the wind. Thank you, Kenneth. It is now my pleasure to introduce our next honor student, Blake Murphy. Blake is not able to attend today because he's not feeling so well, so therefore Adam Delecta is going to read his speech for him. Adam, come on down. Blake has completed his rigorous Kansas Board of Regents Scholars Curriculum with a perfect 4.0 GPA, earning him the distinction of graduating summa cum laude. Blake was involved in Spanish Club 3 years, debate 1 year, participated in school play 2 years, was in the Scholars Bowl team 2 years, choir all 4 years, played basketball 3 years, and again track 4 years, but we didn't get to that 4th season, and cross country 2 years. Blake is also a KU honor student and was in the National Honor Society 2 years. He did this also while balancing his personal life with his school life and maintaining that 4.0 GPA. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Delector.
To begin, I want to thank everyone who traveled here and all our faculty that worked so hard to orchestrate the graduation for the class of 2020. Despite unexpected events, they still took the time to make this day special for us. This year has been especially difficult for so many. But today, I would like to dwell not on what we missed or the current world events. But instead, I want to use this day to remember our classes, our hard work and accomplishments, as well as all the other experiences and memories we have gained during our time at Osage City High School. The countless hours we spent in class with our friends, all of the meaningful relationships we have been able to build with our peers, and all the lessons we have learned from our teachers have allowed us to grow into capable and independent people. While the future ahead may be even more uncertain than usual for all of us, the lessons we have learned at Osage will keep us on the right path as we take our place in the real world. Congratulations, class of 2020. We did it.
Great job, Adam. Thank you very much. Now it's going to be my pleasure to present the class of 2020. Board members, Mr. Jay Bailey and Ms. Kelly Bowen will be presenting the diplomas today. After completing the requirements as directed by the State Board of Education and the USD 420 Board of Education at Osage City High School, it is my privilege to present to you the class of 2020.
Rachel Lynn Atkins. Sarah Grace Allen Custodio. Matthew Howard Barranco. Lita Paige Bloomquist. Dawson Allen Butter. Kenna Leanne Butterfield.
Olivia Lupe Camarina.
Teresa Capon. Callie Renee Combs. Adam Zachary Delecta. Carly Janae Gardner. Britton Allen Hammond. Caitlin Faye Heiserman. Austin Marshall Howland.
Where you want that?
Leslie Ann Fulgren. Carla Paso Vargas. Skylar Everett Carnes. Dahlia Rose Kautzman. Taylor Nicole Lamb. Ryan Alexander Lauber. Devin J. Lincoln.
Yeah, Devin! Yeah, Devin!
Bailey Quinn Linebarger. Nova Elizabeth Lowry.
Yeah, Devo!
Lucy Renee Martin. Tyler Wayne Medlin. Blake Sidney Murphy. Jade Lane Potter. Carly Aaliyah Reese. Caden Christopher Reed. Casey Sue Robert. Jordan Kaylin Sage.
Yeah, Jordan!
Natalie Joyce Shem. Caitlin Noelle Schlick. Dylan Matthew Schaefer. Kyle E. Smith. Ryan Neville Smith.
Good, Dylan.
Walker Joseph Stromgren. Kylene Marie Tate. Cole Joseph Richard Testerman. Sam Colton Wamser. Taylor Ray Wessel. Brittany Dawn Wilkins. Audrey Cheyenne Woodward. Elena Esperanza Yanez.
Students, please stand. Graduates, you may move your tassel. Congratulations, class, for all your accomplishments. Your numbers were small, but your efforts were large. I personally have an appreciation for you and all the teachers and I certainly will miss you next year. Good luck with your next steps in life. I know you'll be successful. We will all be watching and anticipating great things from this group. I would like to thank you parents, guardians, for coming out tonight, and on behalf of the class of 2020, appreciate your attendance tonight and suffering through the heat. Please join me once again in applauding for these young people today. Once again, it is my pleasure and honor to present to you the class of 2020.